Welcome to the Man Up channel. I am your host, Bob Buckland, and with me today is John Font.
Hello.
And a special guest today, Beth Buckland.
Hello.
And today we are talking about the wildly popular game Miss Monopoly.
Yes, Miss Monopoly, the game where women make more than men, for no other reason than they're not men.
Before we talk about the game, I want to talk about the official commercial for this game. Have you guys seen it?
Yes.
You know, they tried to play it off as a good thing, and at the same time, after you watch it even once, you can realize that the message that they're trying to send is just awful.
I feel bad for this one boy that's playing with three women and playing this game. He's never going to win. He's going to hate his life. He's going to be like, why do these girls get more money than I do? And then he's going to not want to be the white hat. And they're all going to be like, no, the women get to pay his fees first. That's just how it is.
Sorry, but men are stupid and stinky, and they don't deserve the same thing that women do.
So we need to talk about the features and the details. Here we go.
Okay.
Our description. This is a breakout Monopoly game that induces Mr. Monopoly's niece, a self-made investment guru. Here to update a few things. The game celebrates women inventors as players move around the board, collecting iconic things that wouldn't exist without women, like Wi-Fi, chocolate chip cookies, bulletproof vests, and the list goes on. This is the first Monopoly game where women make more than men. But who you are is up to you. That includes unique tokens that represent the adventurous spirit of Miss Monopoly. Hopefully you don't get mono from Miss Monopoly.
Well, you might. She looks like a lonely soccer mom.
How is that to make you be you, but yet if you're a guy playing it, it's totally not fair?
The first question on Amazon is do I have to kill myself at the end of the game because I'm poor and wealthy women don't want to date me?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Oh.
That's horrible.
The answer from the first guy is no, you're supposed to kill yourself at the beginning of the game in order not to oppress the women.
So let's talk about that for a minute. And the official rules for Miss Monopoly, if you are a female player, you get to start off with $1,900. If you're a male player, you start off with $1,500, giving every advantage to being a female player to this game. And then, as you know, when you pass go, you're supposed to get money. Same deal. If you're a woman, you get $240. If you're a male player, you only get $200.
I'm trying to see if they even mention this at all, like in the ad on Amazon. I'm on Amazon. Walmart does have some pretty interesting comments on Miss Monopoly, but that's Walmart. You got to watch out for those people.
You see, I feel like if you would take these games and you would gender swap it, so if this was Mr. Monopoly, and as a male player you started off more money than females, and the rules of the game make you upset and angry,
They would be called,
it's probably sexist.
It probably is. They would call it Monopoly Reality.
Oh.
Anyway. The second question on Amazon is, how well does this burn? Answer.
Oh my.
Christina says, I'd say fairly easily since it's made out of paper and cardboard. Well, except the plastic and the metal pieces. Those you might have a harder time burning, but good luck. Thanks,
You just
Christina.
need a hotter fire. That's all.
That'd be easy enough.
So, Beth, being a woman of the female persuasion, would you buy this for your children?
I have a daughter and no way.
Well, if say you had all daughters, or say you were like this person and had two daughters and a son that looked like a daughter.
Oh, that's horrible.
Well, we speak the truth. We try not to sugarcoat it.
No, we tried very much to make sure that our daughter knows that she can do whatever she wants, but we're not gonna make her better than her brothers.
I don't think it's being better than her brothers. I would say it's more entitlement.
Yeah. I mean, don't get us wrong, she's a spoiled ass, but...
Oh, but I mean, Kids are different. They need different things.
Yeah.
I mean, I offer to go out shooting with my daughter, but she doesn't want to go out shooting. She
Right.
shot the shotgun once, and she's like, nope, I'm done, thanks.
Right, at least she tried it.
Well, I pushed kind of hard, but
Wow.
at least they're not being like Al Gore and saying that women invented the internet.
Oh.
They just invented Wi-Fi, so that's okay.
And chocolate chip cookies. Do not forget chocolate chip cookies. That is so important. It made it into this game.
I agree. That's probably the most important invention that women made.
Well, yeah, everybody loves chocolate chip cookies.
While watching TV on their Wi-Fi.
Ooh.
Oh. All right, let's see what a Walmart customer has to say about this. Because they's from Walmart. They said, I bought this game because I was hoping it would be proved wrong, but unfortunately I was right. There are too many things wrong with this game to list, so I'll stick with the biggest insults. Why in the world would Hasbro make a game telling a boy they basically suck and don't deserve anything and that their abilities and talents don't really matter? Then promote girls the only way they will make it in this world is if they're given some type of advantage or handout and that their abilities and talents don't really matter. It flat out is cheating and insulting. Equal work deserves equal pay and vice versa. I know some people that will say it's just a game, calm down. But what we put into this world matters, and games are one of those few real things where political views and agendas and judgments are not imposed. You're just there to have fun.
Are you saying you should make a Monopoly game to where you start off with the same amount of money and receive the same amount of money for reaching goals?
What? You mean there's such a game like that?
I feel like I've heard of this game before. What
Yeah.
was it? What was
It's like
that
right
Monopoly
on the tip
game?
of my tongue.
You know that Monopoly game that was made by a female?
Oh, shoot, I was going to
creator.
say Pac-Man. No.
I don't think it exists.
You still have to eat the same amount of dots, no matter whether you play as Miss Pac-Man or Pac-Man.
That's true, and you still have to run away from the ghosts, so.
It's
Miss
true.
Pac-Man doesn't run from nobody. Miss Pac-Man is a strong female, independent female. She don't need Mr. Pac-Man for her pack pellets.
Oh my gosh.
She can get her own pack pellets. Oh, gosh. Oh, Monopoly, where have you taken us? So then you were looking up a list, weren't you, of other games?
I was looking up at a list for the top 5. It came up with a search, the top 5 feminist board games.
It's by the HoustonPress.com. 5 feminist board games that you can buy. And number 1 was The Spirit Island. While not specifically about female things, Spirit Island has some very powerful social justice messages.
That was great.
I can't speak English once in a while. It's a cooperative game where you are one of the spirits defending a land being overrun with colonizers. Think of it like a pandemic. But instead of a disease or a virus, it's people. We get to kill off people. So much fun. Addressing the way that colonism has affected women is such a big issue. It actually has its own school of feminism named after it. Spirit Island is one of those games that shows rather than tells a message of equality that makes it definitely worth the buy. But I think it's your turn to tell us about The Witches by Mayfair Games.
Pat Robertson once famously said, the feminist agenda is not about equal rights for women. It is about a socialist, anti-family political movement that encourages women to leave their husbands, kill their children, practice witchcraft, destroy capitalism, and become lesbians. Who are we to argue with that? Based on Terry's Pratchett's Witches from his Discworld series, the game puts you in the role of a trainee witch looking to tackle the problems of the mythical land, played competitively or cooperatively. It highlights the feminist themes of Pratchett's novels and capitalizes on the unique power that the witches wield on the disc world. It's a game where you try to outdo the other players, but also must sometimes come together in a crisis.
Come together right now. The Witches. That sounds like a good game.
Well,
Well, I mean, you get to be a witch, so.
just like in real life.
Oh.
What?
John is a witch. You better watch out for him.
How do you know she's a witch?
Maybe Ben, huh?
Does she float like a duck?
What else floats?
Small babies. The church.
Small rocks.
A duck.
That devolved rather quickly.
It did. See how much we watched that show?
Okay, let's scroll down to this last game, and this is the only game that I've seen so far that I actually halfway like, and it's called Who's She? There were headlines early this year about Miss Monopoly.
Miss Monopoly.
Thank you, Batman. A version of the classic game where women were paid more than men. It received some mixed responses, especially from Mary Pylon at the New Yorker, who pointed out that the new version didn't fix Hasbro's continued refusal to acknowledge the game was invented by a woman in the first place. That didn't mean that gender swaps games are all bad, though there's now a version of the classic Guess Who, focused entirely on historical female figures like Frida Kahlo and Harriet Tubman. It's a simple game as before, but with a lovingly done educational twist, now available for pre-order.
It's only $72 if you get the wooden one.
Now, I gotta say, I did check this game out, and overall, I would give this game a pass. It's the same kind of setup as what the traditional Guess Who was, but this time with all historical female players. And instead of trying to guess a character based on attributes, you get to try to guess them on their biographies, achievements, professions, and other lists of ways to choose a character while learning about women from history.
That's an educational way to do things. I don't think that's a terrible thing. But
No,
you could offer more options if you had.
Right.
been
Is there also one that has males in it? Because there's a lot of stuff that you guys have done.
I thank
What?
you. But,
I know.
if we didn't invent the chocolate chip cookie, we don't get anything.
No chocolate chip cookies for us.
No.
We invented the grill and fire.
It's true, but
Did you ever hear the story about fire?
The fire.
I did not. Tell us the story about fire.
So, back at the beginning of the world, everyone was naked, or very close to naked.
Sounds awesome.
Then the Ice Age came along and everybody put clothes on. And all the men got together and they were like, how do we get these women to take their clothes off again? We have to make them hot. And so the dude was like, if we beat these stones together fast enough, they will start a fire. And that is how fire was invented.
Probably not far off the truth.
You know what? I can actually see that being true.
In all fairness, I do turn up the temperature a lot. Well, no, because you're still cold.
I'm
No.
always cold.
To be truthful, I always tell the guys at work this, like when they're talking about going out on a date with a girl, and I'm always like, okay, I'm just going to tell you something. You can never make a woman happy if she is two things. If she is cold or she is hungry, you can't make her happy. So fix those two things first. And then maybe you can make her happy.
You know
We're gonna
what?
get a lot of comments
so
on that
true.
one.
No, it's so true. I am always cold, and I am like really mean when I'm cold. I am cold, and when I'm hungry, I get that like, ooh,
But
come
you're
at me,
always
bro.
cold.
It's true.
It makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah. No, I've just
Ooh,
dealt
or
with
when
that
I'm
a lot.
sleepy.
I mean, I didn't do a whole lot of dating, but working in food service like I have, I worked with a lot of women. So I try to make them happy so they don't yell at me.
So you bring in a lot of chocolate, don't you?
They bring in their own chocolate. They bring in bags and bags of chocolate.
See, but I'm also that one person who doesn't really care for chocolate.
Yeah, you'll have to find something else. I don't know. Usually
Yeah,
just
it's
chocolate
weird.
goes first.
It's so weird, isn't it?
Nope, I always know. It was funny because I got a text from Brittany the other day and said, "Healthy Brittany did the shopping. Bring home chocolate."
That sounds right. Yeah.
It's like, well, at least she understands. At least she understands she's bipolar, I guess.
Oh my goodness. I literally went shopping to get Oreos the other day, and I picked them up and went, "No, you're fat," and I put it back.
That's so true.
I was like, "Oh," and then I got home
Getting
and
back on topic.
I was sad.
And that's when you called Bob and we're like, pick up Oreos on your
No,
way
I
home.
got chocolate donuts instead.
Oreos make you fat. Donuts no. Everybody knows
donuts
that.
don't.
We're talking
There's that
about
hole in the middle.
we're talking about the real game that goes on in life. This is the real Miss Monopoly.
It's true that we like think we're doing best, and then we're like, you know what? No, just bring me what I need, make me happy.
All right, so getting girls interested in science, I think that's what they were trying to get at. I think they're going about it all wrong, though. I mean, like when we were talking about it earlier, if you will, I would love to see Carrie Byron host
I love her.
show. Carrie Byron already showed that she is great with science. She was on Mythbusters for over a decade. She is smart. She is beautiful. She is the entire package. I would love to see her host a show directly for little girls. And I think we have a lot of female scientists out there like Carrie Byron that could do something like that.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. But I think where you get with a lot of it is, you have a lot of Hollywood and political types they say these things, and obviously I think they go about it the same way that Miss Monopoly does, is they just throw money at it, and they think like, well, that'll be so much better, but it's not better.
Throw money at
Not
Carrie
fixing
Byron.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's make this happen.
I mean, let's be honest. Our daughter loves science. You want to know why? She gets to blow things up.
Exactly.
We watch a lot of Mythbusters in the house, by the way.
Yes, we do.
And some of that is just encouraging your kids to do things by doing things. Your kids want to do things that you do, regardless of whatever that is.
Yeah. I mean, I was never into science, so I don't know where she gets this from. But it might be from Carrie Byron, since we watch it so much.
Yeah.
But she literally loves, like, she's like, what's the next science project? I'm ready to blow something up.
And it's interesting how all your kids are different. They just are.
Yeah.
Like, you learn your kids. You learn, like, this kid likes to be with other kids, and this kid doesn't care about other kids. David would rather sit and watch YouTube videos all day if we didn't force him to go outside. To where Benjamin, if we tried to keep him inside, would destroy our house.
Right.
And you just find that your kids... And I think that's dumb for us to force girls to do stuff they don't want to do
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, because also our daughter is a huge tomboy, so it's... But sometimes she likes wearing fancy dresses. I'm like, okay, have fun.
Yeah, we all like wearing fancy dresses sometimes.
Yeah, I've
That's
seen
not
your
weird.
closet. It's kind of scary.
No, it's not. It's perfectly normal. They're called kilts.
My wife is just jealous that I can still wear clothes from high school. Granted, I didn't birth 5 children either, so...
Yeah. And
Yeah.
2 of those were twins, I guess. Or one of those was twins? Would it be that way?
I don't know how you...
Which way would you say that?
One of the birthing process was a set of twins.
Was a set of twins. That she carried full term.
Right, so...
Can we add that?
I think we already did. So.
Good. That makes a huge
I don't
difference.
know why we have to encourage women anymore. I mean, they grow humans. What else do we want?
And they can feed them.
Themselves. They don't need
Right.
anything else. They just...
We grow people inside of us.
Well, I think and that's like the natural thing when we had at the nursing home we had all these geese that were having eggs, and the mother goose would sit on the egg, and the father goose would go get food for the mother and for the babies, and she just sat there. That was her job. And
Yeah.
that was a very important job, but his job was also important to keep them fed. So I don't think one of them is more important than the other. It's just that they're both doing their job.
I think that's the way it should be in a partnership. I don't think one is more valued than the other, and we can definitely make a argument on that later.
Yeah, he keeps
Because
trying to talk
that would
about
be
this
an
game.
entire show right there.
But I think we can both agree that throwing money at a situation or trying to belittle the other sex is not not the way to solve the problem.
I don't think it's going to help anything.
No, and
Making your daughter hate your sons doesn't help anything. We already know that's true.
Right.
I just feel there is a better way to get girls into science, which I am totally for. There should be different programs for girls for science. And there should be different programs for boys that want to do other things too. But they don't need to be putting down the other gender to make them feel more accomplished. And I think that's what my biggest problem with this game is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it just supports the political structure. It doesn't actually encourage anyone to do anything better. Like some of the reviewers even said, just like, I don't think it encourages girls to do better because they should just get free money. And it doesn't encourage boys to do any better because they're not receiving the equal wages. And I think both of that's fun. So.
I mean, if you don't work at it and people's just giving you money, why would you continue to work?
Why work hard if you're
not
going to see the benefits of that?
Yeah. Like, if the guy works super hard to get to where he is, and then he's like, well, you only get $1 more. It's like,
well, when we went into this COVID quarantine thing, and my boss told us, like, we're going to have to start working 6 days a week. Well, that's not a problem for me. I have a wife that stays home with my kids. But the other woman who's a single mom was like, I don't think that's fair that I have to work 6 days a week because I don't have anybody to watch my kids. And you do. And I was like, that because of my life choices, that makes it unfair that you... What?
yeah,
so,
that
I mean,
makes no
and
sense.
the thing was, is I'm still working the same amount of hours. It's not like any of it changed. And I still work 5 more hours a week than she does. So... like, none of that matters, really, at the end of the day. So, but it's frustrating that she saw it as she deserved to not work as hard as I do because she was a woman.
Yeah, that was... I'm very like, what? Because I also, worked in food service, and I've worked there since I was like 16. I loved it. I loved every bit of it. And I worked my butt off. I'm like, I think that's the difference, is if you want to work at it or not.
Yeah, and the thing was, is it wasn't as much even that she didn't want to work or did want to work, but because they were requiring us to go to 6 days a week because we're salary managers,
yeah.
She was mad about that because I didn't have to change anything. I should just have to go to 6 days a week because I have somebody to watch my kids.
But that doesn't let you have anything off. Any day off. I should say it that way.
It's excitement. So...
it's
just being entitled.
Yeah. And look at me, I'm like, the what?
All right, wrap this up, Bob. Give us some
sense.
final thoughts.
Yeah. Final thoughts on today. Hasbro, if you want someone to help you come up with a good game idea, please get in contact with the Man Up channel. We will put you back on the right track with your first game, Monopoly. Other than that, if you like what we got to say, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you later.